together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Tim will be here in just a few minutes. Today we have week 8 of the NFL. We got a full slate for that. We do have NHL and NBA. We won't be going over that today. I can give a quick recap of what I'm on for the NHL and things like that. So we might do that towards the end of the show. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. What went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. I have to fully update my numbers for this because I did not write down my college numbers because I went to bed before that Hawaii game was over because that Hawaii game started at midnight and I wasn't staying up till 3 a.m. to fully recap what I did yesterday. It was a profitable day of 2.06 units. In the MLB, 1-0. The Diamondbacks get the job done, plus 143 winner on that one there. The NBA was a mess. 0-5 in the NBA. There's always got to be, especially with 4 sports going on at once, there's always one sport that is not good, and then the other ones could be good. And yesterday, that was the NBA that really held things back from being a massive day. Went 0-5, down 3.10 units. Lost with the Grizzlies, lost with the Cavaliers, lost with the Cavalier under, lost with the Raptors +4 and the plus 150. So not a fun day in the NBA. Definitely not my best sport. I'm well aware of that. I can't stand the NBA. It is what it is. The NHL went 4-2 up 3.00 units. Hit on 3 dogs yesterday, which was really fun. The Anaheim Ducks at plus 160 got the day started. Les Habitants at plus 131 in overtime. Nashville Predators plus 127 in overtime. I had 2 overtime wins yesterday, which does not feel right because usually I lose every single time games go to overtime. But we got both of those last time. We did lose on the Nashville-Toronto over 6. Pittsburgh -1 was a mistake. But Boston -1 was not. So 4-2 up 3 units in the NHL. And college football finished up 1 unit yesterday, 1.01 units. I don't know my exact record because I would have to count that out. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 18. And a lot of our losses were money line sprinkles. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of my losses. 10 of my losses were 0.2 or 0.1 unit bets. So that's how we get the bad record, but with the winning ROI. Couple nice spots yesterday. West Virginia, we did a free pick video on that one. +7 and +215 went outright. Miami O +7 and +215 wins outright. ECU comes through the back door at +19. Rice +11 comes through. Coastal Carolina +4 and money line comes through. +21 with Old Dominion comes through. They almost won that game outright. Good old Rocky Top -4 was a winner. AFA was a winner. Nevada and San Jose State were winners. Definitely had some losers. Oklahoma was no good. Army was no good. Eastern Michigan, no good. Memphis, Florida was bad. Duke, I added them with the Utes. Wyoming was bad. So, it was kind of a split out day, but up 1.01 in college football overall yesterday. 21-25, up 0.06 units. So overall, a profitable day, about freaking time. I think the last time I had a profitable day was the Saturday before that. So I desperately needed a winning day yesterday, so we can move on to today, and hopefully keep the momentum going for NFL week number 8. Let me flip over the page here. There we go. We'll head over to the chat, and then we will get into some NFL. Adam Johnson from the Penguins passed away. Adam Johnson, I don't know who that is. Yeah. And still Fury on Ngannou won that fight. Ngannou won that fight, but boxing wouldn't let Ngannou win that fight. Morning. Good morning, NFL day. Let's make some money. Yes, let's make some money in the NFL. Let's get it started. A game I have not got involved with yet. We have the Indianapolis Colts. They're 2.5-point dogs, or the Saints 2.5-point road favorites. Total 43.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history. Let's get into the cash flow here. See what we can do for the NFL here. If my wants to load, of course it's on the NBA. I need to switch over to the NFL. Let's take a look. We had this line opened up with the Saints as minus 1.5-point favorites. They're now minus 2.5-point favorites. So a 1-point line movement towards the Saints. Line opened up at a 40 on the 17th. The look at that line was a 40. The opening line on the 22nd was a 41. It's now to a 43.5. So 2.5-point line movement towards this over for this game as well. Kind of surprising considering the Saints have been such a dominant under team. But we did see the Saints play to an over in their last game against the Jaguars. So it is possible they could play to an over. 64% of the tickets, 49% of the cash is on this over. No lines move towards it. We have 47% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on the Colts. And the line has moved towards the Saints here in this spot. My line for this game was a 1.5. So I think that there's about a point of value now with the Colts in this game. Am I moving on this game? No. Am I interested in this game? Not really. I lean over. I lean Colts, but no play from me here.
Good morning. No, I didn't touch this game either. There's a couple of games that I kind of just crossed off the list right away. This is one of them. It's two mediocre teams. Indianapolis coming off of the crazy back and forth 1.39-38 loss to Cleveland. And New Orleans finally scored some points, but it was against Jacksonville, so I'm not really sure how much we're going to really put up because Jacksonville's defense does not look good. I kind of stayed away from this game. I kind of lean Colts, but they go from a favorite to a dog, and I'm not really too interested in getting involved in that. So, yeah, that's a game that I stayed away from. And by the way, I will mention, because I know you didn't know anything about it. I saw a couple Twitter things about it. Adam Johnson was a former Pittsburgh Penguin. He died playing hockey. He took a skate to the throat, and he bled out on the ice.
Oh, shit.
It was during a game in England in an overseas hockey league. I figured I mentioned it because
I did not know who that was.
He was a former Pittsburgh Penguin, and he was over in the England League, and he took a skate to the throat. So, condolences to his family.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to mention that because you didn't know anything about it, so I figured I'd bring it up. To chat.
We do not have any chat.
Sounds good. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one here. The Jaguars 2.5-point road favorites, total of 41 in this game. Let's take a look at this line history in this spot. This actually has moved down to a 40.5. Look ahead line for this game was Jacksonville -1. This line opened up at a 1.5. It's up to a 2.5. Line open. Look ahead line was 41.5. It reopened. Oh no, there was no look ahead line for this game. This is on the 22nd, 41.5. And it is now down to a 40.5. So a move towards the under, and a move towards the Jacksonville Jaguars. We have 56% of the tickets and 50% of the cash is on the spread for the Jaguars. The lines move slightly towards them there. We have 49% of the tickets and 86% of the cash is on the under. The line has moved towards that under. I don't mind this under. Looking at it a little bit here at 40.5. I kind of think that could be a decent look. We have the Steelers coming in off of a 24-17 win over the Rams. They beat the Ravens 17-10. They lost 30-6 to the Texans, but they beat the Raiders 23-18, and they beat the Browns 26-22. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, very, very impressive. Through a stretch where I thought they were really going to struggle because it was terrible travel spots and things along those lines. All they do is go 4-0 during that time. They go to London. They beat the Falcons. They beat the Bills. Then they head home, no bye week, and they beat the Colts. Then they go on a short week and beat New Orleans on Thursday night. That was very impressive, I got to say. I am on Pittsburgh, though, in this game. My line for this game was Pittsburgh as about a half-point favorite in this game. So seeing them at plus 2.5. I just grabbed the money line instead of taking the 2.5. I wanted a 3 with Pittsburgh, and I never got to be able to get the 3 there. I did put also the Pittsburgh Steelers are in my teaser for the week. It was Pittsburgh plus 2.5 tied in with a play coming in later in the slate. So I am on the Steelers plus 8.5 in a teaser as well, but I got them plus 111 here for me. So Steelers plus 111 for me.
This is another game. I this week is kind of weird because there's a couple of games that I just really have zero interest in, and this is another one. Jaguars at a 2.5-2 area, a 5-2 team. Granted, Pittsburgh's played good. They're 4-2 to start the season. They're right up there with the Ravens for the division. And Jacksonville's look good too. So normally I would look at this game and think, wow, Jacksonville only this big of a favorite. But you look at Pittsburgh, it's like, oh, Pittsburgh's actually winning this year. I did not expect Pittsburgh to look this good. I can't get Pittsburgh right for whatever reason. And Jacksonville, I'm a little bit iffy with Jacksonville too. These are like two teams I really can't get right. So I'm just going to stay away from them. I'm going to be passing a bunch on today's card. There's a couple of games that I just really have no interest in.
Fair, yeah. This is also, I believe, this is a game I'll be talking about on the Pub Hub as well. So,
no fun. Enjoy that.
Oh yeah. Back to the chat.
Money, 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 money. What's up, Markel? NHL afternoon matchup: Sabres moneyline and UPL we trust. Not to mention the Sabres are 11-1 with the black goat head jerseys. So let's get it.
I will refrain a comment on that game then.
You're fading the goat heads?
I am backing the Colts. I'm reading the comment. I'm backing the Avalanche off of their first loss versus a team that their numbers are the Sabres numbers are not good this year. I'm sorry.
That's fine. There's no way the Avalanche don't.
There absolutely is. The Sabres can pull off the upset.
I'd be surprised if Colts limit Jonathan Taylor's carries. Realistically, they should repeat his rushing yards from last week.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Steelers spread.
Just take the money line at 2.5. I don't think it's going to be a 2-point game.
Wow, this is a fun slate because I got like nothing in this game either.
Oh yeah, this one's the last call, ugliest dog of the slate, right? The Houston Texans are at the Carolina Panthers. Texans 3.5-point favorites with a total of 43.5. Look ahead line was 2.5. The opening line this week was a 3, and it did go down to a 2.5 at some points. It's up to a 3.5, but it's juiced towards Carolina. So it's not a true 3.5 because it's more like a 3.5. Juiced. So depends on what you like. You can get a decent number either way. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game between the Texans and the Panthers. Texans 56% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on them there. 85% of the tickets, 94% of cash on the over in this game. That's kind of interesting there. I forgot to read off the line history for the total in this game. Where it opened, the look-ahead line was a 41. It reopened up at a 42.5. It's up to a 43.5. So a nice move towards the over in this game. Big money coming in on the over. I'd kind of lean towards an over here in this spot. I could see offenses show up a little bit in this game. Carolina, how about them? 0-6 this year, 0-5-1 ATS. They've yet to cover a spread. They have gone over in 3 of their last 4 games. The Texans coming in on 3 straight unders. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. My number for this game was Houston -0.5, -1 type of range here. And we're getting 3.5 points in this game. I am on the Carolina Panthers. I got them at +3.5. What was the 3.5 number for me? The 3.5 number was -119 last night and +150. On the +150 as well. Outright winner. This is a contest play for me. I see a decent amount of value getting up and over the field goal with the Carolina Panthers here. I took a shot here for the Panthers to win their first game of the season. So I think the bye week has come in at the perfect time for the Panthers, allows them to get readjusted. I believe they're switching play calling duties from the head coach to the offensive coordinator for the offense. So I think that's going to show here. Give me the Panthers plus the points and money line as well.
Yeah, I worked too hard for my money to put them on the Carolina Panthers. This one's gross. I'm not betting Houston though either. I think this line kind of tells me, actually the 3.5 kind of tells me Houston, but it's a 3.5 in Carolina. So you're saying that this is about a touchdown spread on a neutral site, which is interesting to see. I can't go after this one. I don't trust Houston as a road favorite, and I don't really trust Carolina to do anything. The only time Carolina covered a spread they didn't even cover. They pushed versus New Orleans week 2. Other than that, this team is losing by double digits pretty much week in and week out. The only times they didn't was when they pushed against New Orleans and when they only lost by 8 to Minnesota. So this is a Carolina team I want nothing to do with until they kind of prove to me otherwise. They should be tanking for that first overall pick at this point. Even though
I was gonna say it's not theirs, it's the Bears, their first overall pick.
Oh wow, really? Oof. Never mind then.
The trade off
about that.
The trade off for Bryce Young.
Yeah, not good for Carolina, but I'm not touching them.
Totally understandable.
Stacks Pod, Packers. Yes, sir. Stacks Pod record is now 90-89. It's above 500. Whoop, whoop. Let's get it. Good teams win. Bad teams cover.
Yup. Wait, what?
I'm taking the Bengals. No, thank you. Packers. Yes. And Panthers. No.
Yes.
Sorry. Nick likes the Panthers. I'm not touching that game. Washington plus Washington money line sprinkle. I do not like Washington. Texas. You like the Texans? Okay. This one I finally have a plan.
Yeah, I got a slightly better number in this game. Let's get into it here. We have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Look ahead line was a -6. Opening line was a -6. It's up to a -7. Opening line or look ahead line was a 45.5. Opening line was 44.5. It's down to a 43. So a decent move towards this under as well. Let's see if the under is getting that type of action that'll warrant it moving down. 47% of the tickets, 88% of the cash on the under. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we have 45% of the tickets and 47% of the cash is on the Commanders. Yet this line has gone from a 6 to a 7 with all that money on the Commanders. That's kind of interesting there. Let's take a look at the what these teams have done as of late. The Eagles are coming in of a 7-8 victory, 31-17 against the Miami Dolphins. A nice little bounce back win after they lost to the Jets. Previous to that, they had won every game. And they did play this Washington Commanders team on October the 1st, and they won in overtime. This was at home against Washington. Now they're on the road. And I think that one game is going to open up their eyes for them not to take Washington lightly in this matchup here. They were up 17-10. Oh, no, they were down 17-10 at halftime in that game, and they came back and won that game. I like the Eagles here in this spot. My number for this game was Philadelphia at a -8.5. I got involved with the 6.5 when the line was 6.5. I also grabbed the first half -3.5 in this game. I think they'll be up at least a touchdown at halftime in this game. The Eagles' first half is usually a pretty decent play. They usually are strong in the beginning of the game. I do like the Eagles in this spot. Maybe look towards, if you like the under, which this line has moved towards the under, the Commanders team total under, but that's a 19.5 at -145. So not something I'm going to get involved with there. I do lean towards that. I do lean towards an under in this game, but I'm just going to stick with the Eagles first half -3.5, full game -40 or -6.5.
Yeah, I'm on the Eagles as well. We just saw these two teams play, and it finished in overtime. I don't think Philly's going to take them lightly this week. Because they know that they can handle this team no problem. Washington coming into this one 3-4, they're not terrible. I'll give them that. They're not terrible. Granted, they won the first 2 weeks. They started off 2-0, and since then they've gone 1-4, including last week, an absolutely pathetic performance against the Giants, only scoring 7 points, although their defense looked good. I see them getting smoked today. I think Philly comes out strong. Philly 6-1 start. Only loss was to the Jets. Not a bad loss in New York. So I look at this one. I think Philly comes into this one and just kind of rolls over them. And they're not going to take them lightly like they did last time. I think Philly by 14 plus.
Yeah. Maybe a first half team total at 13.5, playing that over for the Eagles. That could be an interesting look for them to come out here and score 2 touchdowns in the first half. I kind of lean that way as well.
There you go. Muscles from Justin. Damn it. I want to go under in the Bengals game.
I could see it.
I don't blame you. What's up, fellas? What's up, Mo Harris? First half Eagles for me.
Yep. I'm on that.
Love you, bro. Thank you. 2-pick parlay. Ravens first quarter, Eagles first quarter. I do like the Ravens today. So, yeah. Let's go to this game. I think we disagree on this game, Nick.
We'll see. Yeah. I haven't bet anything in this game. I think I'm looking more at the total than the side in this game, but okay. You know how I love my Rams this year. Let's take a look ahead line -6, opening line -6.5. It's up to a 7 now. Look ahead line 45, opening line 46, down to a 45.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game between the Rams and the Cowboys. Here we go. 52% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the under, which makes sense. The lines move towards the under. 57% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on the Cowboys. So the line has moved from 6.5 or from 6.5 to 7. So that's where that line moved. Let's take a look at what these two teams have done as of late. These Rams have been a nice little under team, 3 unders in a row and 4 of their last 5. 24-17 loss to Pittsburgh, a 26-9 win over Arizona, a 23-14 loss against Philly. On the other side here, we have the Cowboys coming in off of a 20-17 win over the LA Chargers. They lost 42-20 against the Niners. They beat the Patriots 38-3. And keep in mind next week, and this is something we forgot to mention with the Eagles game that could be a little nerve-wracking back in the Eagles today. They play the Cowboys next week, and the Cowboys play the Eagles next week. Not saying that has anything to do with this game. I mean, but looking at this spot for me, I have the Cowboys as about a 5.5, 6 point favorite in this game. So at -7, I'm definitely interested in a little Rams action here. And I'm kind of interested in this under. I think I'm more interested in the under than I am with the side in this game. If I like the under, maybe I might play a little Cowboys team total under at 26.5. I do like this Rams defense. I'm not really too concerned over what I've seen from this Cowboy offense. I am going to play that too. I'm going to play the Cowboys team total under 26.5, full game under 45.5 in this spot. I see this as a game where we see long methodical drives. So I'm going to take those unders in this spot. Cowboys team total under 26.5, full game under 46.5.
Yeah, I'm on the Cowboys. I'm 100%. That's the spot. I feel like the Rams are a little bit of a public dog, but Cowboys coming off of a bye week. If this was a game, if they had a game last week, this game, and then the Eagles game, maybe you would look away from them. Dallas coming off of a bye, I think it's a good spot for them to just come in here, take care of business, and move on to, they play what, in Philadelphia, or is it in Dallas next week? It's in Philly. I think they go into Philly. I still think Dallas has a shot to win this game, win that game outright. What's the spread on that Dallas Eagles game? Dallas is a 3-point dog on next week against Philly. Interesting. I'm looking at some of the lines for next week already, but wow, the Patriots are a favorite. Anyways, I'm on the Cowboys. I think they get the job done here. I think it's a good spot, and I got them at 6.5 personally for the contest.
Fair enough.
And yeah, and it is my first contest pick is the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to the chat.
Redskins money line. No, thank you. Them boys first half. I can care less about full game. I care about full game. Let's keep on rolling through these games, Nick. You didn't type up one though.
Which one did I not type up?
The biggest game of the day. How did you miss that game?
I do not know.
Here, I'll type it up. You introduce this game.
Yeah, we have the Atlanta Falcons and the Tennessee Titans. The Titans 2.5 point road dogs and our home dogs in this one, total of 35.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Click. There we go. This line, look at line -1, opening line -1 for Atlanta, and it's up to a 2.5. And that's mainly because of Will Levis. Will Levis is the going to be the starting quarterback for the Titans today. That's the reason behind the line movement. Look ahead line 38.5. This line opened up at 37. It's down to a 35.5. At that number, I'm kind of tempted to this over in this game. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot here. 58% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the under in that game. And the lines move towards the under. I get it. I think this line's moved a little too far, though. 54% of the tickets, 59% of the cash is on the Titans. The only reason why that line's moved is because of Will Levis. Pretty plain and simple. The only thing is that's going to keep me off this over is both these teams are under teams. The definition of an under team. The Falcons are 1-6 over under this year. The Titans are 1-5 over under this year. So I'm not going to go stepping ahead and grab an over between these two teams. The Titans have played to 4 straight unders, and the Falcons have played to 5 straight unders. Falcons coming off of a 16-13 win over the Buccaneers. And this is just one of those spots where I took the 8.5 in the teaser with the Titans. that's the second half of my teaser with the Steelers. So I am on the Titans plus 8.5 and the Steelers plus 8.5 in a teaser. So that's one of the things I got for this game. My number for this game was the Titans as a favorite in this spot, and mainly that's because of obviously the quarterback change. So you can adjust. I would adjust 2 points for Tannehill down to Levis. I don't think that's as big of a downgrade as people think it is, and we'll be talking. Actually, I think he passed concussion protocol, so we won't be talking about that later in the slate. But I'm on the Titans as well. I got him at +3 earlier in the week, and I got the plus 120, plus 130 with them. I'm trying to remember what the money line is I got with the Titans. I'm on Tennessee today. I got 122 with them on the money line. So Titans plus the 3 and the plus 122.
Yeah, I'm on the Titans today. And it's not as much back in the Titans because I don't think the Titans are a good team. It's me wanting to fade Atlanta on the road, which games away from Atlanta this year, they are 1-2 if you count the neutral site, where they finally scored more than double digits in a road game because previous to last week when they scored 16 against Tampa, they'd scored 7 against Jacksonville and 6 against Detroit. This is not a good team on the road. Maybe even an under. They've gone under in 5 out of 6 games so far.
The only problem is the line's dropped to a 35.5 now.
That's the only problem. Yeah. This is the lowest that they've seen all year. And if you use the 35 number, that would be an over. That would be an over, under, over, under. So it ended up being 3-3 instead of 5-1 to the under. Using that 35.5 number. So I don't want to touch that low of a total. Plus, I know I'm grabbing the Titans. There is some discussions going on with trading Derrick Henry.
They said they're not.
They're not going to anymore?
They said they're not.
All right, never mind then. I keep missing out on news. Anyways, I like the Tennessee Titans to get the job done today. Fade the Atlanta Falcons on the.
I was going to say the Hawks play a different sport.
Yeah, I know. Shut up. Rams sprinkle money line. No,
I kind of think that, yeah.
Will Levis is going to fuck off today. Tennessee Titans money line. I like it. Pass. Supness. Get a supness from Lex. Smash. Mouth. Offense. Henry. Rush yards over. I can see the rush yards over.
By the way, the Titans plus the points is my second contest pick. The Steelers. They're my third contest pick. The Steelers and the Panthers are 2 of my other ones. So, yeah.
Let's head to the next game, Nick. I typed up.
Huh?
Oh.
They typed that in up incorrectly? Is that why you took it off?
No, I clicked it and then you.
Okay, gotcha. All right, what a disgusting game this is. The New York Jets played the New York Giants. The look-ahead line -3, opening line -3. It is still a -3. Look-ahead line 36.5, opening line 36. The line now 35.5. So a move towards the under and a move towards and really no move on this side for anything there. Let's take a look at the cash flow here, where we have 51% of the tickets, 52% of the cash on the Jets. This has been a very balanced money coming in, and we have 55% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the under in this game. Looking at this spot here, these are 2 defenses that have looked phenomenal the last few weeks. The Giants defense has stepped up the last few weeks. The Jets defense has been great all year long. My line for this game is Jets -4. I did play some Jets -3. I did in this game. I'm also looking at maybe not the full game under, but the first half under in this game. The Giants have really struggled in the first half of games to put up points. Last week, they did put up 14 points in the first half against the Commanders, which was jaw-dropping. But previous to that, they put up 6 against Buffalo. Against Miami, they did put up 10, but 7 of that was a pick 6. Against Seattle, they put up 3. Like, this is a team that just doesn't produce anything offensively in the first half. And I could see that continuing into today. This first half total for this game is a 17. It's very low, but I could see the Giants struggling in the first half once again to put up points. And maybe this game opens up a little bit later in the game. I like this under. I think I like this first half under a little bit better than the full game under at 17 rather than the 34.5, because I can see this game at one point being 17-17 maybe. So I'm actually going to move on this first half under 17 in this spot rather than the full game under in this game. We've seen the Giants struggle offensively in the first half, and I think that can continue into today. I'm also on some Jets -3 as well.
Stacey's mom has got it going on.
You know what? I look forward to this game every single 4 years that we get to see it. Unfortunately, the Giants are complete garbage this year, so it's not going to be as fun. And the Jets are actually competitive. So
it's a first.
It doesn't really matter what the records are between these two teams. The games always seem to be close between the Jets and the Giants. And yeah, I am on the Jets. You get the Jets coming off their bye week. They're ready for this game. Yeah, I know they just came off of before. If they didn't have a bye week, if this game was last week, I would be on the Giants because the Jets coming off the Eagles win, big win. Bye week in between, no letdown spot. Now you get the Giants, and the Jets want to go in and prove that they're no longer the little brother, that they can compete with the big bad Giants, and I think the Jets shut them down today. Daniel Jones is scared of the Jets. He's going to be out again this week. It's going to be Tyrod Taylor, and I think the Jets defense will shut him down. We saw what the Jets defense did last week, and that was without Sauce and without Reed, their top 2 corners. Well, they got him back this week. I think it's going to be a really, really rough game for the New York Giants. Give me the Jets -3. It is a contest play for me as well.
The Jets were almost a contest play for me there was one that was on the outside looking in for me, as well as the next game we're going to be talking about. Yeah, I mean, I could see the Giants winning this game. And one kind of interesting tidbit for this season between these two teams, the last 2 times the Giants won against the Jets in the regular season, later in that season they hoisted the Lombardi Trophy. So that's just an interesting thing. If you see the Giants beat the Jets today, bet some Giants Super Bowl. I'm joking. But the last 2 times that they did beat the Jets was in the 2007 season and the 2011 season. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Interesting. Fernando, let's ride Titans. Sure. Honorary Earle reporting for duty. Smoke and mirrors. Sure. You're an honorary Earle. Let's get it. I got under 36.5 or 37.5. All in on the under. All in on AI. I'm on under. Get it. 14-10. I could easily see it being 14-10. Under an Eagles game. I could see that. Jets. Yes, sir. Jets only 3-point faves. It's on a neutral site and it's against the Giants. Yeah, no, I don't. That's fine. Super sticker. Hey, Fernando coming in with the dono. $4.99 dono. We appreciate that. I will mention for next time if you wanted to do something like that, you could have became a member for $4.99. Just pointing it out there, but we do appreciate your dono. What's up, gang? What's up, Nunya? Jets versus Giants. Little brother versus big brother. The Jets will be the big brother today. Start pushing the Giants around. Okay. Let's head to another matchup that 2 teams hate each other.
Yeah, this is a fun one, and I have moved on this game. This one was on the outside looking in for a contest.
It was a contest pick for me, though.
It is a contest pick for you?
Yep.
I mean, I like the plays that I have in the contest. This is one that we'll get into it. Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings -1 in this game with a total of 41.5 in this game. Look ahead line was Packers -1. This line reopened up at Packers -1. It is flipped to the Vikings -1. Look ahead line 43.5, reopened up at 43.5. It's down to a 41.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot here between the Packers and the Vikings. 47% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on the under in this game. 53% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the Packers in this game. And I have already played the Packers at -101 on the money line. And my number for this game was the Packers a 1.5 point favorite. Also, this is a terrible spot for the Minnesota Vikings. They're coming in off of arguably their biggest win of the season.
Yep.
They were at home on Monday Night Football, and they beat the San Francisco 49ers. And now they get a road game in Lambeau Field. So this is a spot where I think this could be a rough game. Looks like I don't think we're going to get any snow in this game because it looks like it's going to be anywhere between 39 and 40 degrees in Lambeau today. But I am on the Packers in this game. I am interested also in this under. The Minnesota Vikings have been a really good under team this year, and I see this game finishing under the total. I'm going to grab this under 41.5 in this spot as well. The line's moving in that direction. The Saints, I'm looking at the wrong game. The Vikings are a really good under team this year. I could see the Packers defense stepping up in this game. I am on the Packers at -101. Give me the under 41.5 as well.
Yeah, one of my contest picks is the Green Bay Packers, and it is strictly I'm fading the Vikings off their biggest win of the year, and what will be their biggest win of the year against one of the best teams in the league in the 49ers. I just think it's a bad spot for them, and when it comes to it, Packers coming off of an ugly game in their last one, they lost to Denver. I don't think people could be any more low on this Green Bay Packers team. I don't think anybody could be higher on this Vikings team, and it's only a 1. I'm jumping all over the Packers in this one. It's one of my contest picks. And as Mr. Detroit Lenny would always be saying,
"Go Pack, go!"
Yep.
So there you go.
Well.
Go Pack, go. Grabbing them against the Vikings. Vikings -2.5. Nope. What's your contest picks? We're going over them. I'm going over them so far. I've mentioned the Cowboys, I've mentioned the Jets, and I've mentioned the Packers. The last two we have yet to discuss. So I will be talking over them when we get there.
Yep, and I've gone over 3 as well. I'm on the Titans, I'm on the Steelers, and I'm on the Panthers.
There you go. Say less. I'm going in to sign up. There you go. Under. I could see that. Vikings. No, thank you. And under. I could see the under. I'm all over the Packers. This game I'm staying off of, but I understand what people would want to go after this one.
Yep, and this is a contest play for me. This game is a contest play for me. We have the Cleveland Browns, and the Seattle Seahawks. Look ahead line was -1.5 for the Seahawks. Opening line was -3 for the Seahawks. It's up to a -4 for the Seahawks. Opening line here 40. Look at line 41. Opening line 41 down to a 37.5. Big line movement towards the under, and the reason that is I believe. Let me make sure this is true before I say it. I believe Deshaun Watson's not playing, and it's going to be PJ Tucker. I believe. Don't quote me on that. I want to make sure before I go ahead and confirm that. Cleveland. Deshaun Watson is out today. Out. considered week to week, but he's expected to avoid being placed on the IR. So it will be PJ Walker, who he looked okay, I guess, for the Colts game. He had no touchdowns, but 32 pass attempts, 15 completions, or 178 yards. Expect a lot of running from the Browns today. Expect a lot of running. My number for this game was the Seahawks around a -1. I like them I like the Browns at 4 here. I got the Browns at +4. I got the Browns at +165. I expect them to run the football a lot today. Try to eat a lot of clock. So I guess the move towards the under makes a lot of sense. The Browns have been a good under team this year. So have the Seahawks. At 37.5, I can't move on this under because the line's moved so much. But I would lean towards the under. I am on the Browns +4 and +165. The Browns are my 4th contest pick.
I stayed away from this. It's 2 teams. I'm high on Seattle. I think Seattle is still alive to win the division. They're 4-2. You look at and San Fran's 5-2, so they're right neck and neck. And I looked at this one. I couldn't touch a side. Although I'm high on both of these 2 teams. And Cleveland is not out of the division race by any stretch of the imagination either. They're in the same boat as Seattle because Baltimore is 5-2. So both these 2 teams playing good football. Deshaun Watson out is why the line moved a little bit because it opened up at a 2.5, 3, and now it's up to a 4.5 or 4.5 area. I'm not going after anything in this game. I will have a play on pretty much every single other game on the card, though.
Fair.
Oh, Smoke and Mirror. Become a member of the YouTube channel. We appreciate that. So now community on the community tab, there will all of our cards will be out on there. I normally put up my NBA the night before. That should be out, including my best bet in the NBA is out on that one as well. NFL was posted out as well. So you get access to all of those. So we appreciate Smoke and Mirrors for becoming a member. I believe it's 8, 9 people who have become members of the channel. We appreciate everybody who does. Under 37. I think 37 is getting to be a low total, but it makes sense. I like this game, Nick.
Yeah, this is a game I haven't gotten involved with yet, but I think I'm going to from the total perspective in this game. Kansas City Chiefs 7-point road favorites, total 45.5 in this game. Look ahead line was Chiefs -9. Opening line was Chiefs -7.5. It's down to a 7. Opening line or look ahead line 45.5. Opening line 46.5. Down to a 46. So a move towards the under and a move towards these Broncos. These 2 teams just played a couple weeks ago on Thursday Night Football. The Chiefs won 19-8. We have 77% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the under. I agree with that type of money on the under because that's exactly where I'm looking at in this game. 34% of the tickets, 74% of the cash is on the Broncos. So a lot of sharp money coming in here on this Denver Broncos team. And I could see them playing it closer than people might think. This Chiefs defense is elite, though. This is a Chiefs defense that I really, really like. I think they're an underrated unit in the NFL because everybody thinks this is a high-flying offense with Mahomes and Kelsey and all that. I mean, they've been a good offense this year. They haven't been a great offense this year. And I'm going to grab the under in this game, under 46. Now, I do have this line at a minus, what was it? What did I have for this game? Kansas City -8. So I am kind of leaning towards, and I kept saying how much I like this defense. All right, I'm gonna say how much I like this defense. Broncos team total under 18.5 as well in this game. I don't trust the Broncos offensively as much. And this is my way of backing the Chiefs without having to lay 7 points in this game. Give me the team total under as well here for the Broncos at 18.5. I like this under 46 too.
I'm on the Chiefs. I'm on the Chiefs -7. This is the exact same kind of deal as the Eagles game. We just saw these two teams go head to head a couple weeks ago. Yes, the Chiefs covered the big spread, barely, and it was not a pretty game. How many field goals did they kick that game? A 19-8 game. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 field goals in that game. Yeah, I think they turn a couple of those into touchdowns in this one. And when it comes to it, the Broncos, it took them until 6 minutes left in the game to score points. I could see that happening again today. I think the Chiefs just dominate this game. This is a Chiefs team that's been really, really good ever since that loss to Kansas City. They've won every single game. They've covered in all but one after that Detroit Lion game, and that was against the Jets on that Sunday night game. This is a Chiefs team that has been really good on the road, and I'm going to be taking the Red Kingdom in this one. I'll grab them -7. It was not a contest pick, although it was awfully close.
I kind of want to add a little bit more to this game, and I don't usually do this, but this is just a lean for me at the moment. It would be +148 for the Chiefs money line and the under 46 combo. Saying the Chiefs win a low scoring game. That would be a lean towards adding towards that, but I'm just going to stick with my 2 plays here. I just thought that was an interesting look as well. If you don't want to lay the points and you like the under, Chiefs money line and the under 46 combo is +148.
Sounds good. To the chat, Nick.
Let's see. Denver defense is terrible, and they give up the most passing yards. Travis Kelce eats them up, and Mahomes is undefeated. All right, my guys, what's good against the Broncos? Yeah. I did throw a little at that first half money line in my 14 parlay. Good luck. Fernando is on the over. I did method in that San Jose State game with there you go, with San Jose State money line and the under 30 first half, I'm assuming. Nice. Was this game? They said it's snowing. I believe so. I believe it is snowing. Yo.
Oh, he had a bad night?
No. He won his parlay. He won his big parlay with the CBA play, and then Montreal and Vegas came through.
Holy shit. Nice, dude.
Canadians, Vegas, no doubters, and shootout and shootouts, both of them in shootouts. All right, never mind. Give me the under. Fair. We have this one is my final contest play. It's the 49ers -3.5. It's the 49ers -3.5 for me. We have the Niners. They're up to a 5, total of 43.5. This has been a weird game all week long. Let's take a look at the line history in this game, and it's actually dropped a little bit. Look ahead line -6.5 for the Niners. Opening line -6 for the Niners. And this got down to a 3.5. Brock Purdy was in concussion protocol. It's back up. It went back up to a 5. It's actually down to a 4 now. So the line has moved towards the Bengals overall, but that's all injury concerns more than anything. Look ahead line 45.5, opening line 46.5, down to 44.5. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Niners. I kind of lean under in this game if I had to bet a side or a total. 36% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the under. That might push me towards the under. And then 68% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Bengals in this game. The line has moved all around depending on the injury. It has come back down a little bit from the 5 to the 4 in this game. My number for this game is San Fran -7.5. I think that this is a game that they win by at least a tutty. I got in at San Fran -3 earlier in the week. At 4, I'd say play it still. I would say play it still at 4. I'd play it up to that 4 or 4.5 number. I don't mind that whatsoever. This is a bounce back spot, I think, for the Niners. They've lost back-to-back games, but both those games were on the road. And looking at it, they're back at home where I think they haven't lost a home game in well over a year. Give me the Niners here in this spot at the 4.5 number, whatever it is now. This is my final contest pick. And I think I want to move on the under here as well in this game at 44.5 in this spot. I am going to move on this under 44.5 as well in this game. I expect the defense to shut it down for the Niners. And of course, the book does not want me taking the Cincinnati Bengals team total under because the 20.5 is minus 150. And I'm not going to lay $1.50. So good job. You got me off of the team total under for the Bengals. I think the Bengals struggled offensively today. I think I'm looking for the Niners to shut them down. And give me the under and give me the Niners here.
Yeah, I'm on the Niners. This is once again, what did we see last from the Niners? We've actually seen 2 straight losses, one to Cleveland, one to Minnesota. I think this is their bounce back spot. It's a big game against Cincinnati. Cincinnati has not been fantastic this year, although they've won their last 3 out of 4. Their only loss was 27-3 against Tennessee, which was ugly. A win last week against Seattle. A win last week, 2 weeks ago against Arizona. So good wins there. I think there's a bad spot for Cincinnati, or it's going to be a very, very pissed off San Fran team. Give me San Fran minus the points. I just think that they're the better team, and I think they get the job done.
I like it. Back to the chart.
Chiefs money line. Bears plus 8.5 under, and Chargers. Bears plus 8.5 in the under in the Chargers game. 515% parlay. Good luck, dude. Flame. Why are Falcons favored? What am I missing?
It's Will Levis. Will Levis.
Yeah. I knew Burrow was back to his normal self after that spin throw he did last week. I like the Bengals team total over. I'm on the Niners. That's right, Niners. Let's get it. Smoking mirrors. Heading out for the wifey's birthday brunch with family. Good luck with your bets. Good luck to you, and happy birthday to your wife. Tell her I'll see you later.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. Anyways, we'll move on to this game.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you sit with that for a second. Baltimore Ravens 9.5-point road favorites, total of 43.5 in this game. Taking a look at the line history of this one. Look ahead line 7.5, opening line 7. It's up to a 9.5 now. Big movement towards these Ravens. Opening or look ahead line 43, opening line 44, and it's now to a 44.5. So the line's moved up and the line's moved towards the Ravens. Expecting the Ravens to put up points in this game. 51% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the under, though, in this game. And we have 70% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is on the Broncos. On the Baltimore Ravens here in this spot, the line has moved towards those Ravens in this game. Kind of interesting seeing all that money on the under and the line moving up, telling me that we may see points in this game. We have the Ravens coming in off of a super dominating win against the Lions. And the question is, do you want to back the Ravens off of a win like that? My answer is no, not particularly. Do I want the Cardinals in this game? The answer is also no. I don't. I have this game lined at a 9.5. I think this line is spot on. At 7, I may have moved on Baltimore. But at 9.5, it's a stay off spot for me. As for the total, this Cardinals defense has kind of fallen off a little bit since their nice little win against the Cowboys. They gave up 35, 34, 26. They did only give up 20 against the Seahawks last week. The Ravens offense finally woke up last week with 38 points against the Detroit Lions. I can see them putting up points in this game as well. Previous to that, though, they had played 4 straight unders. But this is, I think, a get-right spot maybe for this Baltimore offense. If you want to back Baltimore, their team total over is 27.5. I think that's the best way to approach it if you want to fade them here, which I'm kind of interested in doing. I don't want to lay the 9.5 points, but I would like to fade this Arizona defense. And I think the best way to do that is taking the Ravens team total over and the full game over. Because I do think that the Cardinals can put up points in this game. I don't want to have to worry about them covering a spread in this game. So I'm actually going to move on that. I actually really like this look here. Give me the team total over 27.5 for the Ravens at -115. Give me the full game over 44.5 as well. I see the Ravens being able to put up some points in this game.
My fifth and final pick is the team from Baltimore. I'm on the Ravens, and it's just fading the Cardinals. I feel like it's too easy at this point to do that, but they covered the first 3 weeks, and now they've not covered the last 4, and they've lost the last 4 weeks, all of them by double digits. And they were against San Fran, Cincy, LA, and Seattle. I think Baltimore is just right up with the caliber of those teams. And I don't see – I mean, Cardinals keep tanking. You're going to want Caleb Williams because Kyler Murray ain't it with all of his injuries. And whoever that – was it still Dobbs? Is it still Dobbs in there? That's how much I don't pay attention to this team. They ain't it. I think Baltimore comes in here, ragdolls them around, and then goes home. Give me Baltimore. I got for the contest, they were – minus 9.5. So Cardinals, Ravens by double digits.
Fair. Back to the chat.
Saints first half or money line?
I stayed off.
Yeah, pass on the game. Ayo. Everybody's laughing at my jokes. Points. I definitely took Ravens team total over. I wish you can alt the over team total over. I think they score some points tonight. Speaking of not scoring points, though.
Yeah. We have the Chicago Bears and the LA Chargers in this game. Total 46.5 -9 for the Chargers in this game. This did get up. Nope, wrong game. Oh, yeah, it has gone up to a 9.5 now. I'm very interested in the Bears at this number. I am. Look ahead line 9.5, opening line 10. And it's come down to a 9.5. Look ahead line 45, opening line 44. It's up to a 46. So line has moved up 2 points. The line has moved towards the Bears. We have 39% of the tickets and 70% of the cashes on the Bears. And we have 47% of the tickets, 51% of the cash on the under in this game here. My line for this game is Chargers minus 7.5. So at 9.5, I actually see enough value to go ahead and pull the trigger on the Bears here in this spot. I want to see if I can get a 10 for the Bears here in this spot because I got the unders last night, first half full game because that's just I got 46.5, I got 23 in this game, and I can get the Bears at +10 -120. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the 10 with the Bears, and of course they're offering me a money line, so you know what I got to do with that money line. I'm going to sprinkle it. It's only going to be a 0.2 unit bet instead of a 0.3 unit bet like the Panthers, the Titans, and the Browns are. So it's going to be a slightly less of a sprinkle. But with that being said, I am going to be on the Bears to win this game outright at +405 and +10 with the Bears at -120. It's Badgett season, and I don't know about you, but I do not trust the Chargers to win a game by double digits. And that is what I'm challenging the Chargers to do tonight. So give me +10 with the Bears. Give me a little sprinkle on that +405. I'm also in the first half full game under.
I just would take the under. I'm not interested in deciding this one. I do not trust the Chargers to cover a spread, and I do not want to put my hard-earned money on the Bears. I'm just going to take the primetime under, which I want to make sure we got that up on the site. If we don't, it's going to be a free play up there. If we don't, I'm going to put that up real quick. But I'm not interested in going after a side in this one at all.
Fair. I just think this is too many points.
That's fair. It would be Bears or nothing, but I don't want to put my hard-earned money on the Bears.
Fair enough. Fair.
Back to the chat real quick, Nick.
Yeah, Bears have treated me decently 2 of the last 3 weeks. So, let's see. Points. What up, fellas? Best bet, Carolina plus 3.5. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh,
yeah.
If LJ is on it, then oh boy, then we got to kind of do it, right?
Yeah, maybe cover. I couldn't do it. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like the Bears. I got him at 10 here in this spot. I'll quickly do, because seeing that we're not gonna break down every game here, but I do want to do a quick little breakdown for the NHL before we head out. I did not cap the NBA today. I'm passing on the NBA.
Best bet you can get becoming a member of the channel. Anyways, go ahead.
Yep, I'm going to quickly run down what I like for the NHL today, and I may add a couple plays in the NHL. For starters, I'm on the Avalanche -1. I know
like everybody else.
I know. Everybody's on the Avalanche.
I've been scrolling through.
Maybe it's have to be square then today. I'm on the Avalanche -1 at -103. I have this game projected for the Avalanche to be around a 200 favorite in this spot. The Avalanche have played really well. They are averaging 4.67 expected goals per game, only giving up 3.02. Georgiev has been an absolute monster, and UPL has kind of struggled to start the year. Very limited sample size, and I get it. The goat head jersey is cool. The Buffalo Sabres, I'm looking at numbers here, 2.85 expected goals for. I'm looking for their offense to show up some way, shape, or form. They have showed up the last 2 games against Ottawa. They put up 6 goals, and they put up 4 goals against the Devils. It wasn't enough to get the job done against the Devils, but I see this as a game the Avalanche put up goals in this game here as and maybe I move on the Avalanche team total if it's a reasonable number. It's 3.5 -130. I kind of like that as well. Wow, this line's moved. So yeah, maybe I'm a square for taking the Avalanche, but this line's gone from a 1. When did I bet it at last night? When it was when I got the -1 line, it was -158 and +150. Now it's -170 and 145. So beat a line movement on there. I might add the Avalanche team total over 3.5 here in this spot. Next game was the Capitals and the Sharks. Yeah, okay. These two games go off at the same time. Capitals and Sharks. I really just said the hell with my numbers, and I'm going to lay the wood with the Capitals in this game -1, -146. No, I'm not betting the Sharks. Just not going to do it. And I'm going to look to fade the Sharks until further notice. The Sharks are by far the worst team in the NHL. 2.15 expected goals for per game. They're giving up 4.34 expected goals per game. Are the Capitals any good? No, they're not. But with that being said, they should absolutely smash the Sharks today. I'm on the Caps -1, -146. Yes, juicy. I do not care. Wild and Devils. I want to make sure this is still a 6.5. It surprisingly is still a 6.5. And I'm looking a little bit towards that towards that Wild team total over as well in this game. Unfortunately, they put it at 2.5 at -155. I may have to lay the juice on that because I have them projected for 4 goals. So I see this. If your offense needs any help this NHL season, play the New Jersey Devils. They're going to give up goals. Just look at what the Sabres did to them, 4 goals. I could see that as a very similar result here in this spot. I might jump on that Wild team total over 2.5. It's -155. It is a little juicy, but I think the juice is worth the squeeze on that one there. Final one, and then we will head on out for today. Flames and Oilers. The wrong team is favored, I think, in this game. We have the Oilers around a -150 favorite. I got involved with the Flames at +135. in this game. This is at the Heritage. This is the Heritage Classic. It's in that.
That's what I was about to ask if it was.
Commonwealth, which is the home of Commonwealth Stadium, is the home of the Edmonton Elks. Of the CFL. Yeah, I like the Calgary Flames in this game at plus 135. I think this game should be closer towards a pick'em, and give me the Flames to wrap up the slate here. I will be adding the Colorado Avalanche over 3.5 team total, and I will be adding the Wild team total over as well at 2.5 minus 155.
I got 3 plays in the NHL today. I'll quickly go with them. I'm going to fade everybody and their mother, and I'm grabbing the Sabres. I'm going to grab the over in the Wild game, and I'm grabbing because there's no way in frickin' hell the Capitals should be minus 225. Not a chance. I don't care that it's against the Sharks. Not a chance. Give me the Sharks plus 185 to get their first win of the NHL season.
You're insane, but okay.
Sharks get the W today. Yes, Big Sky. Yes, let's get it. Flames, Avalanche, Parlay, both in reg. Flames, fine. Avalanche, you know what? Sounds like a lock. You know what? Wild money line too. I kind of lean Wild. Am I betting them? Absolutely freaking not.
I did take their team total over, which was juicy as hell, but I think it wins.
Anyways, we're going to go ahead on out for today. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. See you later, guys.